Wait. No, good.
If you guys are interested in being a member, then click the join button down below to check out the available perks. The first tier is only $1. Thank you to those of you who choose to join. What's up, mods? Welcome to another Division 2 build breakdown video. Before we get into the video, if you already subscribed to me, then don't forget to smash that like button, as it really helps push our videos into the recommended section, which in turn helps the channel grow. Interaction is a big part of what helps us in the YouTube algorithm, and the extra support is very much appreciated. In today's video, I'll showcase my new TU15 LMG build for solo PVE and the new countdown game mode. I know you guys have been asking me for an LMG build for a while now, and I finally have one I feel is good enough to put out there, as for the longest time I stayed away from LMGs due to their last nerf, as well as the annoying mechanic attached to them, that being NPC suppression. For those of you who don't know, LMGs suppress NPCs in cover a lot longer and faster than any other automatic weapon in the game. Now what's been frustrating about that is before today's build, when using an LMG build, it required you to spec into a lot more damage, leaving you very little survivability, forcing you to spend a lot of time in cover and taking cover to cover fights. Now like I said, LMGs suppress your enemies, so they would stay behind cover for long periods of time, which would mean you were forced to do two things. One, wait for them to no longer be under the suppression effect and try and kill them before they end up getting suppressed again. Or two, move up on them while they're suppressed, putting you at risk of being caught out of position and getting melted. So for me personally, it's overall a very frustrating way to play, and the LMGs haven't been good enough in order for me to want to adopt that playstyle. But with today's build, that all changes because we have both all the damage and survivability, so if we need to move up out of cover, we won't have to worry about getting insta shredded. Now I get LMGs are meant to be played from the back of the group or from a distance, mainly being used as a support weapon. But many of you have wanted to main LMGs or use them in solo builds, which as I explained earlier is either frustrating or a boring way to play. Today's build gives you the option to run and gun with an LMG or play from cover, and not have to worry about being insta shredded because you are forced to overspec into damage to make up for the lack of damage the LMGs do. This build gives you an insane amount of damage and survivability thanks to the new Heartbreaker gear set, allowing us to stack well over 2 million armor and hit for 1.2 million crits and higher. I've not been a fan of LMGs for a while, but I can honestly say I am now, and this build is a lot of fun. Being able to hit damage numbers upwards of 1 billion and having 200 rounds in the magazine is absolutely insane. This build's great for all heroic content, whether that's bounties, control points or the summit, and is my favourite to use currently in the new countdown game mode. Now we spoke a little bit about the build and I'll showcase some of what it's capable of. Let's get into a quick build breakdown. Right guys, starting off with specialization, and we're using a gunner, what I believe to be one of the best specializations you could use with an LMG. One of the reasons is because this specialization adds to DPS as well as utility. Every third reload is 50% faster, which is pretty nice on an LMG seeing as they reload so slowly. We gain 10% armor on kill. We also gain the Banshee Pulse, which is a great skill for any run and gun build. Another reason it's good for an LMG build is if you are sitting in cover and enemies rush up on you, you can hit the Banshee Pulse and it's going to save you in that instance. Because we are using an LMG, we are going to burn through a lot of ammo, so it's nice to generate 10% of total ammo capacity every 60 seconds. Party members also recover 5%. One of my favourite parts of this specialization, the rate of fire increases by 5% on kill for 5 seconds. Having an LMG and multiple enemies in front of you, you could just chain this continuously and constantly have that 5% extra RPM. And another great thing about this specialization, 10% weapon handling while not moving, need to be motionless for 1 second. So if you are sitting in cover, you'll gain extra 10% on top of the 15% you already get from the Heartbreaker gear set. And lastly, you get the large pouch, bigger than standard pouch that fits on any belt fed weapon, so you'll get an extra 50 in the mag. Overall, I think this is a great specialization for an LMG build. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. And with that said, let's get into the build breakdown. Right guys, starting off with the prime weapon, and this is the named Dare LMG. The new named LMG added in TU15, coming with a fixed attachment that gives us 20% stability on the muzzle. Also another fixed attachment gives us 5% critical hit chance on the scope, which is a built-in 8x scope, so you get to zoom in, which is great for that long range. The magazine gives us an extra 10% critical hit damage. Now if you want to, you can add the extra 50 rounds to give you 250 in the magazine, or you can add the 5% rate of fire, so you gain 10% rate of fire in total, 5% from the gunner and 5% from the magazine. It's pretty much preference, guys. I prefer to go for the critical hit damage or the rate of fire, as I don't feel the 50 extra rounds is really needed unless you really want that sustained damage. And finally, the laser point, I opted for 5% crit chance. Now looking at the talent, which is perfect flatline, amplifies weapon damage by 20% to pulsed enemies. After 2 kills, applies pulse to the next enemy you hit. Don't forget, guys, this is amplified weapon damage as well, so it's multiplicative. Overall, this is a very nice LMG to use. 200 in magazine, as I mentioned earlier, guys, so you can spray all day. Very accurate weapon to hit the headshots because of the 15% weapon handling from Heartbreaker, the 20% stability from the suppressor, as you can see, and then you also get 10% weapon handling from the gunner specialization if you're motionless for 1 second. So that's a lot of weapon handling, making this weapon very, very accurate. Moving on to the secondary, we have the ACS-12. Of course, if you're going to use the Heartbreaker gear set, you have to use this weapon in order to gain your stacks. When it comes to the talent on this weapon, I am using Vindictive still. Killing the enemy with a status effect applied grants you and your allies 15% crit chance and 15% critical hit damage for 20 seconds. When it comes to attachments on this, 5% crit chance on the scope and 5% crit chance on the laser pointer. Now if you feel like you're doing too much damage, what you want to do is switch out these attachments for accuracy and stability, so you're not doing as much damage, because this weapon is about getting your stacks and not trying to kill the enemy with this weapon. Moving on to the sidearm. As always, guys, we have the Orbit pistol. It's just too good not to have, giving us the perfect finisher talent. Swapping this weapon within 10 seconds of killing an enemy grants 35% critical hit chance and 40% critical hit damage for 15 seconds. The attachments on here are 20% reload speed and 10% accuracy. Moving on to the gear pieces now, and we have the Coyote's mask. 15% weapon damage, 6% crit chance, 12% critical hit damage, and then 6% crit chance via a mod. And then we have Pack Instincts, 0 to 15 meters plus 25% critical hit damage, 15 to 25 meters plus 10% critical hit damage, and plus 10% critical hit chance. 25 meters plus is 25% critical hit chance. Moving on to our Heartbreaker chest piece, which gives us 15% assault rifle damage, 15% LMG damage, 3 piece gives us 15% weapon handling, 4 piece gives us the Heartstopper talent. Pause the video if you want to go over that in greater detail, guys. As you can see, we have 170k armor, 12% critical hit damage and 6% critical hit chance, and then we have max BPM, increases max stats from Heartstopper from 50 to 100. Moving on to the Heartbreaker holster, we have 168k armor, 3% armor from the expertise, and then we have 12% critical hit damage. Onto the backpack, we have 15% weapon damage, 12% critical hit damage and 6% critical hit chance via a mod. And then we have the talent Cold, increases bonus armor granted per stack of Heartstopper from 1 to 2%. Now onto our gloves, we have the Contractor gloves giving us 10% LMG damage. They are rolled for 170k armor, 8% damage to targets out cover and 5.1% critical hit chance. And finally, our Heartbreaker knee pads giving us 15% weapon damage and 12% critical hit damage. When it comes to the skills, I like to use the Striker drone as it plays as a really good distraction for the NPCs. Can usually draw the attention of 3 or 4 NPCs. And then we have the Banshee Pulse, mainly using the Banshee Pulse to stun the NPCs to help build up our stacks so they're not shooting back at us. There's no point trying to build up stacks on an NPC that's shooting at you, because while you're building them up, they're just tearing them away. So the Banshee Pulse is a great skill to use. Currently still not applying as a status effect to help you proc Vindictive. We have the Radius on here at 10% and then 9.8% effect duration. Looking at the attachments on the Striker drone, we have 7.5% duration, 10% health, and 4.8% damage. And that is pretty much it for the build, guys. I'm going to leave you with a stat sheet. I'm not going to talk through it. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I haven't been into LMGs for a long time now, but I'm really enjoying this build. Let me know what you think of it. Don't forget to smash that like button to help us reach that 500 like goal here on the channel that we always hit no matter what. If you're new around here, subscribe for lots more Division 2 content, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, Mob Squad.
Failure. System purge required.
detected. High-risk target approaching. Area secure.
Laboratory.
'Target neutralized. High-risk target approaching.
Why is everybody going to the same damn spot? People there already. Don't know how to go to the laboratory. Half-ass doing the mission and then
10 minutes to lockdown. Evacuate facility.
To stabilize cooling system, pressure system purge required.
Area secure.
You can head over to the cooling tower.